Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Fuhr, and I am the JTTF supervisor in Washington, D.C. As I'm sure all of you are aware, there have been a series of terrorist attacks in the Washington, D.C. area. We've identified suspects, and we are focused on capturing them at this time. At the current time, we are in the recovery process, but that will take a while. There's short-term, medium-term, and long-term phases to it, and we are still in the short-term process. Currently, there is an unspecified threat against the DC Jewish community. In response to the threat, the Jewish community has staged a rally that's going to happen over the next few days. The Stand with Israel rally. The rally will stop at the International Monetary Fund headquarters, World Bank headquarters, the State Department, and the Lincoln Memorial. All of these are in or around the Foggy Bottom neighborhood area. In response, after these attacks, there's been intense criticism of law enforcement intelligence community, especially from Congress. They just don't have faith in the intelligence community and law enforcement agencies to prevent these kinds of attacks. The amount of people worried about themselves or their family being victimized by a terrorist attack is at an all-time high, comparable to 9/11, the time period after 9/11. There's also been protests against Muslim communities throughout the country. Some of these have turned violent. There has been a group, one of the groups involved in this is the Party for America, Party for Freedom in America, and they are involved in some violent activities at these events. Unfortunately, media reports are likely feeding into the fear that is felt by Americans. The media is interested in getting viewers. Viewers make them money. And people like hearing bad news. People watch and listen to bad news, not good news. So in response to this, one of the things we need to do is develop a communication plan. The communication plan needs to message that people are safe. It needs to message things like you are much more likely to be killed by a heart attack or heart disease than you are to be killed by a terrorist. We need a message that we are on top of our game and we are working diligently to prevent future attacks and to investigate the current one and hold all those responsible for the attacks accountable for their actions in a court of law. One of the other things we need to do is the best way to go about restoring confidence is to simply do our job to the best of our ability. Look, we will face criticism from all corners, from the public, from Congress, from media personalities. But when push comes to shove, it's up to us to do our job and prevent attacks from occurring. If we do that, the issues of confidence and fear in the public will likely be overcome. In addition to communicating the situation to help reassure people and just doing our jobs, we also need to worry about the protests that's about to occur in Washington, D.C., or the rallies about to occur in Washington, D.C. It's First Amendment protected activity. Therefore, we need to make sure that any protesters and counter-protesters go along with the law or follow the law and don't use any illegal methods to attempt to don't use any illegal methods to try to prevent people from carrying out First Amendment protected activity. We will do this through, one of the ways we're going to do this through messaging campaign that basically outlines to everybody that it's what they can and can't do with regards to the protest and what is legal and what is not legal. By doing this, we hope to mitigate the chances of a violent altercation occurring, but we can't guarantee it. Again, what we got to do is just do our jobs.